Once upon a time, on the corner of a quiet street stood a small classroom with bright windows and crooked desks. Inside, there was a teacher named Miss Alara, known not for strict rules or loud lectures, but for something far more unusual. She gave her students paper stars. On the first day of school, the children expected math problems and notebooks. Instead, Miss Alara placed a small, empty jar on each desk. "This," she said gently, "is where your stars will go." A boy named Theo raised his hand. "What kind of stars?" "The kind you earn," she replied with a smile. The class exchanged confused looks. That morning, no stars were given. Not when someone answered correctly, not when someone finished first. The students whispered to each other, wondering what counted. The answer came the next day. A quiet girl named Lila dropped her pencils, and they scattered across the floor. Before she could react, Theo bent down and helped her pick them up. Miss Alara said nothing. She simply walked to Theo's desk and placed a small golden paper star into his jar. The class went silent. "That's it?" Theo asked. "That's it," she said. Soon, the students began to notice a pattern. Stars weren't given for being the smartest, or the fastest, or the loudest. They were given for something else. One day, Amir shared his lunch with a classmate who had forgotten theirs. Star. Another day, Lila raised her hand, even though she was shy. Star. When two students argued but later apologized, 2 stars. At first, the children tried to earn stars on purpose. They held doors open with exaggerated politeness. They spoke in overly kind voices. But Miss Alara didn't give stars for performances, only for moments that felt real. Slowly, something changed. The classroom grew softer, kinder. Students began helping each other even when no one was watching. They listened more, they laughed together more, and without realizing it, they stopped thinking about the stars altogether. Except for one student. His name was Ronan. Ronan sat in the back of the class. He was neither loud nor quiet, neither troublemaker nor top student, but his jar remained empty. Day after day, he watched others receive stars. He tried once, offering help, saying kind words, but it felt forced. No star came, so he stopped trying. One afternoon, while the class worked on drawings, Ronan noticed Miss Alara struggling with a stack of fallen books near her desk. No one else saw. He hesitated, then quietly stood up, walked over, and helped her gather them. He didn't say anything. He didn't look around to see who noticed. He just helped, and went back to his seat. Miss Alara didn't give him a star. Not that day. Ronan felt that familiar disappointment, but this time it didn't sting as much, because something felt different. The next morning, when Ronan arrived, he froze. Inside his jar were not 1, but 3 paper stars. He looked up, confused. Miss Alara smiled. "Some stars," she said softly, "take time to find their way." Ronan sat down slowly, staring at the stars. For the first time, he didn't feel behind. He felt seen. Weeks passed, and the jars slowly filled across the classroom, until one day, Miss Alara made an announcement. "Today," she said, "we're going to do something special." The students leaned forward. "Bring your jars," she said, leading them outside as the sun began to set. In the schoolyard stood a small tree, bare and quiet. Miss Alara handed each student a piece of string. "One by one," she said, "hang your stars." The children hesitated. "But then our jars will be empty," Lila said. Miss Alara nodded. "Exactly." Slowly they began. One by one, they tied their paper stars to the branches. Golden shapes fluttered in the evening breeze, catching the last light of the sun. When they were done, the tree shimmered, like it was alive with quiet constellations. "It's beautiful," Theo whispered. Miss Alara looked at them all. "Stars aren't meant to be kept," she said. "They're meant to be shared, because kindness grows when others can see it and feel it." Ronan looked at the tree, then at his empty jar, and for the first time, he smiled without needing anything inside it. Kindness isn't something you collect, it's something you leave behind for others to find.